guys, I'm Amber. I'm a teacher at Asheville Community Yoga, and as you can see, I'm very pregnant. I'm 9 months pregnant, as a matter of fact, and throughout my entire pregnancy, I have been able to go to general public classes, vinyasa classes, gentle classes, yin classes, and of course the wonderful prenatal class we have here. And I just want to share with you a couple of modifications that you can do for yourself to continue to come to your favorite classes if you find yourself in a very pregnant state. So I think probably where people have the most questions are what to do when we come on down to our bellies in some of our public classes and the teacher doesn't give us modifications. And so using a bolster, I'll show you a Sphinx variation, Cobra variation, Locust variation, as well as a bow variation, and it's all pretty much the same. So again, you're going to use one bolster, and you're going to bring it down the mat, and you're going to lay over it so that your belly hangs over the top of the bolster. And then you come on down to your forearms, and even though it may look like I have weight on my belly, I actually don't. My elbows are supporting me. And in my classes, I say, you know, when we come into Sphinx, it's sort of like how we used to hang out and watch TV as kids, but there's actually a lot more going on. And your instructor will probably give you these clues, but I'll remind you here just in case. So we sort of start with the feet. We want to point the toes towards the back of the room, lift the kneecaps. We're going to lengthen the tailbone towards the back of the room, and you can see my belly sort of lifted up as I did that, again, taking off any weight that might happen to fall there. And then we're drawing the elbows back without actually moving them, pressing the heart forward. And sometimes I like to think about having a foot in the middle of my back, if you will, and that foot pressing forward and up to really stretch the heart forward, and then lengthen the back of the head up towards the ceiling. So it's not really a tuck of the chin, it's just a lengthening of the back of your neck. So this is Sphinx. And from here, you can pretty much move into any other belly posture that the teacher might suggest. So if it's a locust, then you're not really going to bring your arms up, but you can just lift your legs up this way. And again, keep hugging in, shoulder blades on your back, down your back, heart presses forward, toes reach back, tailbone reaches back, crown of the head lifting towards the ceiling. We breathe here. Similarly, Cobra, you're just going to come down a little more. This might become challenging in the later days of pregnancy, but again, I'm 9 months and I'm okay here, but you just have to sort of feel it in your body. So again, we start with the legs, toes reaching back, tailbone reaching back, shoulders squeeze back and down, and then it's just a gentle press into the hands as you lengthen that heart forward, crown of the head reaches towards the front of the room, and we hold here. Upward facing dog. You're just going to press into the hands a little more, shoulder blades squeeze back and down, elbows stay hugging in, crown of the head lifts, tailbone lengthens, and we breathe here. And the last and final one is bow. It's probably going to be pretty challenging to take both feet into your hands for bow, so a prenatal modification would be just one leg at a time. So I would turn the opposite arm in for support, and then reach back, grab onto the arch side of the foot, press the foot into the hand into the foot, lengthen towards the back of the room as well as the front of the room, and we breathe right here. So again, you can pretty much do all your belly postures throughout pregnancy. You don't have to avoid the belly altogether. That's something that people might tell you, but personally, I think it's a myth. I think that you can modify and do these poses perfectly fine. The other one is a twist, a recline twist. When the teacher brings people onto their back for twist, you're just going to stack your bolster over your block. So we sort of go into what some teachers call the yogi lounge chair. We're laying back. And then the recline twist that I found that just really gives my low back and pelvis a lot of freedom, a lot of mobility, is separating the feet mat's distance apart and then letting both knees drop to one side as I look over the opposite shoulder. And I'll just hold here for a couple of breaths. before I move to the other side. So, I hope that's helpful. Pretty much all your other poses, your lunges, everything else that you'll encounter in a regular public class, you should be fine and safe to do. Watching your balance, of course, watching your breath, and just really feeling, does this feel right? Does this feel safe in my body? That inner knowing, letting that just sort of come through, and it definitely does, as our intuition and that inner wisdom just keep surfacing more and more through these months of transition. So I hope you find that helpful. Thank you so much. Namaste.